game audio is coming in through quite loud. I'm gonna turn that down a bit over here. How are we all doing? I'm actually in game at the moment. Reminds me I need to fix up that number. How are y'all doing? I'm sitting on 407 subscribers now, because for whatever reason, Stream Elements does not update regularly enough. Cool. You feeling pregnant, are you there, dastardly? Watch an episode of Captain Fall. I'm alright. I'm feeling a bit tired. Feeling old as well. My back, lower back, I don't know, for whatever reason, I started feeling sore for the last 12 hours. And for the majority of today I actually spent working on videos. Old man noises? Yeah, I've been making that for quite a while. Hello, kitty. You're wrecked there, Doug, after Friday's effort. Yeah, man, I was not expecting to go that long. I really cannot wait until I start putting the bigger boxes into the ships.
Now arriving, TISA spaceport. Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
Yeah. N Havoc. That's was it that name there? N Havoc or N Hal VKZ. We pirated them yesterday. They attempted to exploit bloody 30k recovery to try and stop us from taking their ship. And they were under the impression that they had succeeded because the ship had disappeared.
Welcome.
What the fuck is this?
ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your insurance claim has been sent. Please visit us again.
It was good just to have some people try and fight back, yeah. Alright. So, I'm actually on one of my alt accounts here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out to bloody... out to space. Well, up to the station, actually. I'm going to take it up to Everest Harbour and go to the crime stat and send it to prison. $30k protection? Yeah, it just costs all your cargo. Oh, it was funny. It was funny because they combat logged off the server, came back, and then they were gloating in chat. and we got Amiro to turn his stream on so that, and told him, hey, go to this stream, buddy. You'll be able to see your ship getting unloaded in deep space. It's definitely a Drake ship. Took 3 goes to start her up. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this account, I'm going to take into up to Everest Harbour, get it a crime sat, and then sent to prison. And I'm going to switch to my cartel account and transfer all the merits that's on it onto this one here. And then after that, once I switch to my cartel account, I'm going to grab the... I think it's got a Nomad. Pretty sure it's got a Nomad. I'm going to grab that and go out and do some drug smuggling. Or drug running, and there's no real smuggling yet. That's why I didn't see it. Deep space cargo recovery, yeah, Hex. You know, the craziest thing is that I had to refresh the page so I could see the stream on my browser here on my gaming PC, and it defaults to top chat, and your message didn't show up. It didn't show up until I switched it over to live chat. The only reason why I knew you said that was because Stream Elements picked up on it and showed it in the chat that goes up on the stream. It's insane. Like, YouTube really does need to sort their shit out with their live streaming services. Because it could be great. It could be really, really good. But it doesn't seem like they're that interested. It doesn't seem like they're that interested in trying to compete. Yeah, it's kind of funny that they're trying to go after TikTok. This is the easiest way to get yourself a crime stat. Just attack the station turrets. Alright, this should be good enough. Why are they not firing? TikTok ads for merit sales. It's always a possibility. The problem, we've got an issue with the cartel where we need capability. We need more capability in the cartel, which means that we need more people in the cartel across more time zones to be able to do merit sales and make it worthwhile. But we also, like, need customers to be able to create relevance for the cartel actually having members in the first place. Why are these guys not noticing? So I want to try and get a recruitment video together for the cartel as well. You know, like the streams are just one approach on doing advertising of the cartel. There we go, I've got a level 3 crime stat. Kill me. It's a reward. Yeah, well, the servers are probably tanking pretty hard. I should be waking up in prison. Well, yeah, that's just it, Hex. Like, a lot of people don't know about that sort of thing that you can do in Star Citizen. And partially it's because, you know, CIG doesn't advertise that players can do that, and a lot of content creators don't engage in it.
Round of applause. Good luck back in the world, civilian.
Because most of them don't get sent to prison. Anyway, it's my sentence. It shouldn't really matter, because I'm going to switch accounts in a moment. Only an hour and 43 minutes. Yeah, Doug, that was one of the other initiatives that we wanted to bring up with the cartel. Right, I'm gonna go to face cam. I'm gonna be switching accounts now, so I'm gonna log out of this one because it's in prison now. Actually, I better double check the name. Right, cool.
Ready to take the...
The other problem is that because we're on Guilded when it comes to using the cartel for doing merit trading, because we're on Guilded, the majority of the community doesn't even know that, you know, we're doing this yet. Because most of them are on Discord, right? Well, we have a method of being able to address that. It's simply a bot. A special bot and a Discord server that helps facilitate transactions for merits. But we have to be careful with it because the accusations that we're, you know, selling merits, you know, essentially engaging in gold selling but for merits, is always a possibility. But that said, yeah, like, we had always intended on doing merit selling. We started pursuing it years ago, and then CIG changed the way that merits could be held, and, you know, like, you needed alt accounts to do it. And then prison was so broken, and yeah, it just got to the point where it was like, it was like, we didn't have enough resources in place to be able to pull it off. When I was concepting the Mongrel Corps, I'm like, alright, well, you know, it'd just be a good idea to have an organization that, you know, part of their existence revolves around selling merits. So the Mer-X Cartel, you know, became a thing. That is the wrong account. That is not my cartel account. Yeah, like we actually have the code ready for a bot and we have a Discord server set up, but we need more people in the cartel really before we can reach out. So right now the Mer-X exchange is just for those who are on our gilded server. If other people want to engage in it, like, and they know who the brokers are, then you know they can contact them directly. But for you know, a lot of what we're trying to do, well, before we can engage a wider audience, we need to grow our own organization with the cartel. So the cartel needs to increase in numbers and activity before we could really push out into the wider community. Because, you know, when people need merits, they need it right then and there. So having the ability to have, you know, people who can, or having the resources to be able to have somebody who can, you know, be contacted within 5 minutes, contacting them within 5 minutes, you know, merits being deposited, is one of those things where it's like, you're going to need a lot of people to be able to pull that off. So we got to push ourselves out there more. But the problem that we got here is like advertising amongst all the different platforms. So hence the reason why I'm here. Yeah, Darcy, I read the reports from our side about the mobile harbor and the amount of targets that you guys ended up getting. Here we go. No bounty hunters though? Yeah. Must be a weekend thing.
Welcome. You have been placed in a cluster rehabilitation facility for violation of local law.
Switch into the stream scene so I can do this transaction without all of you watching.
Ready to take the next step on the road to rehabilitation? Find time today to think about how you can make amends for all the wrongs you've done. Any negative can become a positive with a little bit of work.
Good morning. Thank you, Blake. Good morning to you too.
Congratulations! You have completed your required sentence in our facility. We at Klesher Rehabilitation are extremely proud to have played a role in your rehabilitation and hope that you'd use this time to better yourself.
So yeah, I'm gonna get myself out of prison. This is my cartel account. This is the one that runs, or is the main leader for the cartel.
Klesher Company is committed to legal rehabilitation. While most correction facilities,
Yeah, that's just it, Hex, and I think that's one of the things that I think some of the guys were getting, you know, a bit confused about the mobile harbor. You know, like, it's more than just a place where you can drop ships off to be unloaded. Like, refueling is one of the things that you can do there. Rearming of missiles, and, you know, if you're using ballistic weapons, doing that too. Made over 1 million credits from your share. It's pretty good, Blake. It's a good day for piracy. One day though, But days like that may actually be more of a common occurrence. I don't have anything on this guy. Is that true? It is true. No worries there, Hex. I'll still be here. Right. I need to... I'm gonna buy a gat. I'm not gonna worry about armor yet. I'll just get a gun. Get out of the way. I'm glad that they added bloody weapons to the armor shops now. Like it was a frustrating thing that they didn't have that to start off with.
Hi, welcome to the store.
It's for LH86. Arclight, which one's a cheaper one? The 86. Fuck, a knife costs more than the bloody Arclight and the LH86. Alright, I'm just gonna pick up an Arclight. I could buy 2 mags. Miscellaneous. Buy 2 of these.
Nice choice.
That should be plenty.
Whether you're just looking to spend the day cloud hopping with the store walls or relaxing by Green Circle's infinite spa, with shuttles arriving daily, what are you waiting
All right.
for? Come.
The thing about the mobile harbor concept is that you don't really need to restrict it to, you know, specific types of ships. Pretty much, you know, whatever works, really. Whatever works can be used for it. And, you know, a mobile harbor could be something as simple as like just a, you know, C2 floating out in dead space. There it is. So my med bed is set to here. I'm pretty sure I've got a nomad on this one. Nomad and a cutter.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Yep. Alright. I'm gonna grab the nomad.
Selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Goodbye.
Intoxicatingly fun. Well, that's one of the things that, you know, one of the purposes behind creating the mobile harbor was to it's essentially a junction point that becomes a, you know, it's a junction point for logistics and bloody combat arms to, you know, combine at. You know, the concept is that you guys set up a mobile harbor, irrespective if you know anybody else is going to use it, and it's like a, you know, it's like a mobile gas station for us. Now, if we happen to be on the same server, or, you know, ops are running at the same time, you know, just contact whoever's in charge of the harbor. Hey, you know, we got this. Are you guys interested? Or, you know, like, we're looking for some services. What do you got? And the ideal situation, you know, is later on down the track, expanding on the pack rats, that we don't have just one running. Like, we'll have multiple running in different parts of the, you know, whatever systems we're operating in. But, you know, like, right now, what we're doing is learning and experimenting and gaining experience, whilst also, you know, like, providing relevance to, you know, those to engage in industrial gameplay. Like refueling mechanics, we don't really need to do it. We can refuel at every single outpost and rest stop. Care Bears doing that to a day or so ago? What do you mean, Care Bears? We almost hit salvage crew and they jumped where there was no quantum travel marker. Interesting. Alright. I am in the wrong place. I need to be up here. Yeah. Well, that's the thing though, Hex, with that in mind, a lot of you know, the unfortunate reality is that the relevance of that sort of gameplay just isn't there unless you force it. One sec. More than likely, Ace, and that's the thing, is like, it's going to become more of a you know, more prevalent until we get longer range scanning mechanics, in which case, you know, we'll have to work out how to deal with that. But yeah, like, the mobile harbor concept is something that right now it doesn't make sense, in the sense of, like, you know, if gameplay that you need to do. Like, we don't need to do the mobile harbor really. But as I was saying, like, it's good experience. You know, it provides relevance to the people who want to do those sorts of jobs. You know, like, people who like salvaging and, you know, refueling and providing logistical support. You kind of have to force it at the moment. Well, 100% Hex, like, you know, counter mobile harbor operations, which is, you know, essentially us conducting raids on other people's harbors when we can find them. But that also means that, you know, like, when we learn, you know, how to go attack them, we can work out ways of how to shore up our defenses for them as well, for our own. Yeah. Right now we're like the reports that I read from Mongrel Squad's side about the use of the mobile harbour. It's one of those things where it's like, it was good to see it being utilised to a certain degree. It's just, you know, we got to build up that experience base. And it also, you know, we kind of need to work it out as we're going. There's no real way for us to be able to sit there and go, all right, let's just, you know, come up with a definitive way how to do it straight away, and that's it. Like, you need to just get out there and have a go at it, and then, you know, use it a few times, and then sit there after every time you do it, sit there and go, all right, how did it go? You know, like, what did we do well? What needs improvement? And how do we fix, you know, or, you know, make sure that those things that we need to improve, you know, happen for the next time. And I believe that once we've made, you know, once we've gotten used to doing ops with a mobile harbour present for the pirates, things become a lot faster for us. Like, we can, you know, hand off stuff. But for, you know, those who are operating the mobile harbour, it's a selling point for their organisation now. It's like, you know, we do logistical gameplay, you know, like you can show up with your staff there and do, you know, refueling ops, and between the times when you're refueling, you can, you know, go and do some salvaging and all that sort of stuff. Something that works quite well while we wait. Hex, are you like thinking about just making a debris field? Just put boxes, like waste boxes all around. Just throw them out the back. It's one of the things that you have to do, like with a minefield, if you want to essentially mine around a mobile harbour, is you have to create a sphere of mines. And then they need to be close enough to each other that, you know, because it's waste boxes, you're creating collisions. They need to be close enough to each other that a ship, you know, certain size ships will, you know, collide with one. That said though, they're going to be pretty small, so if you have enough there, it'll actually be quite interesting. Because they won't see them coming, not until they hit them. Unless they're scanning for them. Or they do see them coming, they're like, why the fuck is there like a sphere of boxes all around? Like, once we get the SRV, one of the things that I'd be saying is, like, if we don't have ship munching by that point, if we get the SRV, just after you finish hull scraping a ship, just like, you know, put it out, you know, on the outer perimeter, and, you know, use whatever salvaged wrecks we have to create a wall. Yeah, that's right, Hex, they could. But there's a few other considerations that I think, you know, security considerations for the mobile harbour that needs to, you know, be looked at being introduced, but I'm kind of waiting on seeing what, you know, you guys report back on your experiences on using the mobile harbour and operating one. Because there's, you know, things that you guys are going to need, like, you know, defences, you know, ships that are specifically for defending or, you know, doing point defense. And whilst at the moment the mobile harbour's greatest strength is its, you know, ability to not be reached. The you know, it's always possible. If there's a will, there's a way, and you know,
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
I have a couple of ideas on how somebody, if they were aware of a mobile harbour being run, different ways that they could use to try and get to it.
Landing gear engaged.
The other side of it is like the mobile harbour, it's not only so that pirates can show up, drop off, you know, ships and, you know, bloody, palm off ships to have cargo unloaded, refuel and rearm all their ships. It's also so that you could run mining operations from the Halo, you know, and bring it back to a centralized location. And then, you know, in one hit, transport everything to a refinery. Alright, I'm gonna have to put the ship away.
Engine systems disabled.
Which is why, like, you know, realistically, mobile harbours being run is just something that needs to happen irrespective if there's piracy ops going on. But having one event where it lines up with piracy ops helps out fleshing out the concept further. And that's the thing is, like, you know, once it becomes more common, like we're doing that more frequently, you know, it becomes, you know, just part of the way that the pack rats and to a smaller degree the cartel, because I don't think they'll end up running mobile harbours as frequently as what the pack rats would. But when it just becomes the normal thing to do, like, that at that point, I think that becomes a turning point in the way that, you know, logistics gameplay in organizations will, you know, expand. But what it comes, you know, really to get to that point though, we just need people who, you know, are willing to embrace the suck of things not working, you know, all the time. You know, embrace the fact that it's not, you know, incredibly convenient to be using those services. Actually, what I'm doing, I need to go move my med bed. And just, you know, play along so that we can learn and gain experience. Once we do that enough, man, you know, and we work it out, there'll always be opportunities to learn, but once we establish a good baseline on how it works, like, we'll be ready to operate in Pyro, we'll be ready to operate in Stanton. Embrace the suck. Embrace the suck or refund. That's the Star Citizen experience right there.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected. Stand Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Yeah, I'm going to take my Nomad down to an outpost so I can grab a multi-tool, tractor beam and bloody some drinks. And then I'll run some droogs. Yeah, one of the reasons why I picked up the Nomad was because it's a smaller ship that can also carry a rock. So if I wanted to do rock mining or Hadonite mining for gems for the cartel, I could just take the Nomad out.
journey begins now.
This account just has a
Operational.
nomad and a cutter. And 174,000 credits in a dream. Did it refuel? Oh, it's still saying in progress. It may have broken. Because it should not be taking this long to do it.
Engine systems disabled. Engine systems enabled.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's broken.
You are clear to launch.
Alright, we'll try it at an outpost then. Yeah, the giant V, yeah. Oh man. Those, was it the leaked variants? Definitely interesting. Hey, so that's how it's been for most of 319. But Friday night I was up until like 2:30 in the morning.
Thank you. And please visit again.
No, it was Saturday. No, Friday night I was up till 2:30 in the morning. Saturday I had to duck away. The problem is though, it's just the box moving just is too much. Like, there's just too many boxes. It takes too long. Like I could tell you now, fucking the majority of the player base would be, you know, if they had to move boxes like pirates have to, they'd just be complaining. They'd be like, what? I need to load up my ship by hand and there's 696 boxes? This is bullshit.
Quantum travel engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Oh, that's a pirate curse at the moment, Ace. It's kind of weird though, because it's picked up. It picked up in the last week. Like, the week before, it was really fucking, you know, it was really quiet the week before. And then, yeah, last week it just picked up again.
Quantum travel complete.
Oh, 100% Blake. Well, that's the benefit of having the mobile harbor there, Ace, and that's one of the things that they can do. And Blake, yeah, I really do want this. I just hope that they set up the, you know, their cargo loading system to be able to, you know, be contextualized so that you can choose what boxes you want loaded, like the size. Or to a certain degree, the boxes are, you know, automatically selected, and if you want smaller boxes, they charge you more. To try and discourage, you know, haulers going, I don't want to get fuck those pirates, I'm going to make them move 696 boxes. Yeah, like, The problem though there, Doug, is the box moving. Like, that's really the majority of a piracy hit now, is just moving boxes. Because the majority of our targets aren't sticking around, like they're alt F4ing. It's you know, it's the exception rather than the rule that they fight back. You know, I believe CIG needs to do more to empower players so that they can fight back. But, you know, the suggestions that you see, the fucking bloody, that you see out there by PvE players is essentially just set it up so that they're near invincible. I need to find the, because FOBA, I'm pretty sure it's FOBA that has a diagram, has diagrams of the cargo grid layouts. Abiyaga, hello.
Quantum fuel 100%. Engine systems disabled.
Yeah, like that's exactly right. And that's a problem. Like, it shouldn't be like that at all. Like, the hardest part of a piracy hit should be seizing the ship, not moving boxes after the fact. Oh, I need to find a tractor beam attachment. What is this? I don't recognise. Oh, it's a Connie. What's in this? Anything? No, just a box. And the player? Who are they? EHTO. And they're Merlin. Just all types of fucked up. Ready up helmet grey. This is not a good sign. Ironically, I didn't want armor. I wanted... I want tractor beams and drinks. I don't want gloves. I'm not in capped. Give it a second. It's a fucking bug. Taking a pirate out of the population for a bit after a hit? Not really, like... If you want to take the pirates out of the player population, then really it should be players handling that, not, you know, the game design making the pirates take hours to move boxes. Like, it is way too easy to find targets worth hitting nowadays. From the perspective that if, you know, if CIG wanted to control how frequently PvP engagements happen, like, we're operating without impunity, and, you know, we're getting pretty much blamed by the Care Bears that You know, because we're not facing resistance, you know, we're not really engaging in gameplay, we're exploiting. And, you know, I've said it many times, the risk to piracy comes from those who, you know, oppose us. Now, the game just isn't ready yet for, you know, AI crew or anything like that. CIG could empower players by giving players the ability to call for security. But once again, it's one of those situations where it's like, you know, the AI can only do so much. And there's a point where players just need to accept loss. Yeah, the targets just aren't resisting. A lot of them are just under the impression that, you know, they don't have to. And that's something that I think CIG needs to shape the behaviors of. Oh, this is great. Incapped again. Yeah, that's just it there, Ben. Like, it taking time, you know. It taking time. Like, it should take us some time to move the boxes, but yeah, like, the amount of time that it currently takes is too long. Like, if you do have a good crew, you can unload, you know, C2 within an hour. But that's based on the fucking server also cooperating. And, you know, you guys having all your bloody, you know, ducks lined up so that as soon as you got the ship, you got the prize, you can grab your own ships to transfer the cargo onto. Calling for like a beacon mission. Oh, yeah, like you can create, you know, combat assist beacons and, you know, personal transport beacons and stuff like that. You know, players can call out in global, and sometimes other players show up. But the majority of the player base, and this is a, you know, something that CIG is going to have to address. The majority of the player base that play Star Citizen just can't fight for shit. And it's because they're so used to going up against bloody, you know, retarded AI that can't fight in the first place. Sometimes it happens, Hex. You know, the stars and planets align and you know, you're playing at the correct hour when the moon's at the correct position. You know, the servers will cooperate. Yeah, it's one of those, it's just, yeah, there has to be one of those things where players are kind of just pushed in the direction. You know, it's like, hey, you got to deal with this threat. The game will assist you in dealing with it, but you are going to have to be an active participant. You can't just, you know, sit there and go, all right, I'm getting attacked. I'll call up the AI to defend me, and I just sit there and wait. Yeah, there's just, you know, there also needs to be expectations need to be readjusted for a lot of the player base, because a lot of them do expect to be able to play Star Citizen without ever experiencing a PvP encounter, and the game's not there yet. And yeah, I think CIG needs to be a bit more forceful with their honesty and saying, look, you know, planned for but not implemented yet. But even then, like, you may not get attacked by PvP players because it's not worthwhile for them to attack you in that space, but that doesn't mean you won't get attacked by NPCs. And they're not always going to be, you know, the derpy AI that you face. Like, you just need to play on a server that's running at 30 frames a second to understand just how, you know, difficult the AI can be. But it's, once again, you know, like, it's those players who aren't interested in combat and they're like, no, I don't want to do any PvP, I don't want to do any combat. And it's like, I just want my gameplay to not involve combat at all. I don't want anybody, you know, who does combat near me. I don't want to do any combat, you know, at all. It's like, that's not this game. It's just not. You know, the combat, there's supposed to be conflict in this game. And when you have conflict, you're always going to end up in a situation where fights happen. It may not be all the time, but it will eventually happen. You know what I forgot to do? Came all the way up here, and I forgot to transfer the drinks onto my ship. Space Euro Truck Simulator expectations, yeah. Well, it's not even like Euro Truck or anything like that. It's like just industrial, like, gameplay, like people going out and doing mining, you know, people going out and doing salvaging and just not wanting to encounter PvP players, which is, you know, they can do that right now. Like, they could spend, you know, they can go out into the Aaron Halo Belt and just never see another player. Just melt some snow. I'll try and stay away from the yellow stuff though, right? Probably not going to need them, but grab that. I think the rest I'll just leave here. That's heaps. Did this eat my fucking tractor beam attachments again? Dark, hello. There we go, it finally caught up. I do need a drink though. $315 and $316. Yeah. It really is a big break for them at the moment. That's just militant anti-PvP players, man. Militant anti-PvP players. Doesn't matter what you say or do. It doesn't matter to them. They don't care. They just do not want PvP to happen in Star Citizen. They may all migrate to Starfield? Probably. That's supposed to come out soon, isn't it? Like 2 weeks from now? Look at it. I don't know yet. Like I was always, like when I saw it, I liked the concept of their ships. Like the modularity of them, I really like that. I'm a bit wary on, you know, picking up a copy though. Well, they've got a, was it a collector's package where you can get 5 days earlier access? And one of the things that they said was like the ships that you, like if you can engage in piracy and the ships that you steal you get to keep, you can add them to your lineup. I'm just in there like, that sounds really cool, although I'm kind of, you know, interested to see how the boarding actions take place. Like how do you go from your ship to their ship? And I think it's, you know, going to be a docking based sequence where you breach through a docking collar. Oh, I always said, like, if Starfield had multiplayer, I'd be just going, yeah, I'm taking a break from Star Citizen, I'm going over to Starfield. Like, I'm interested in looking at it, because I want to see how the gameplay goes, and see what, you know, you can draw from what they put in that game and put into Star Citizen. But it's funny, you know, all the people who are sitting there going, oh, you know, Starfield and Star Citizen, you can't compare the two. You know, Starfield's NASA punk, and I'm just like, well, there's comparisons that you can make. You know, there's sci-fi games based in a semi-realistic space, semi-realistic space genre. That said, it's going to have the RPG twist on it, whereas Star Citizen kind of is going to have it, but not quite. A true PvP threat, yeah. Like, even just PvP endgame. And that's something that, you know, I think a lot of people, you know, a lot of, you know, anti-PvP players don't understand is that, you know, they don't like PvP and they don't want PvP to be in games like Star Citizen because, you know, they feel like it's going to ruin the game, but PvP provides a level of endgame that, you know, means that the developers don't have to invest as much time and effort as what they would if they had to keep the PvE content going. You know, like, you've always got to update, you've always got to, you know, add more if you're relying solely on PvE. I never actually considered that, Hex. I have not yet, Dark. I've heard a lot of people are enjoying it. I've never been I've never tried Telltale games, you know, story-based experiences. I'm interested in it though because I like The Expanse, the TV series. I never read the books.
Engine
But I slept on the Expanse for so long. My missus told me about it years ago, and she was like, "This is awesome. You should watch it." I'm like, why would I watch that when I get to be a space pirate now? Actually, I'm gonna close this because I know there's people like Ace out there that can fucking jump into the ship. Alright, we're looking clear. Oh no, you have to wait. I guess some people are kind of into that. Myself personally, I just would not be patient enough. I just wait until, you know, pretty much the all the dates have passed, and then I just play it all in one hit. Alright, let's see how the drug trade's going at the moment. That's actually quite high. Neon's at maximum inventory. Man, I should have done my research before doing this. So it's in at 72. Gonna be keeping a narrow loop on this trade route. Intam, Widow. So I want to go with the Widow. I'm pretty sure it's not going to eat up all my credits, but the next load might. E-Town would be the one to go. Alright, I've done the thing that you shouldn't do, but I'm also not a crybaby when it comes to losing shit, so if I lose it, I'll lose it. Alright, let's see how we go.
Engine systems enabled. Launch complete.
Yeah. I'm just afraid that the boxes are going to go flying off the back. That said, I'd love to pirate a Nomad, where we disable it and then just pull the boxes off and pick them up without even worrying about boarding it. Tried hitting a Nomad 5 SU of coin, that's still a good payout. Thoughts on the whole sea? Like, honestly, I'm surprised that they're putting it in now. But I guess they have their reasons for it. And we'll just have to wait and see how the game goes with handling it. Like, they've added the, what's it called? The cargo loading zone, which I think is, you know, another iterative step towards doing ship cargo loading in, you know, obviously in space, but the, you know, it's the first step to being able to iterate on loading the whole series of ships in space, where you got to grab the cargo from somewhere and put it on the ship. So you're going to have to take it to a designated zone so it can be loaded. So this is kind of the first step, except without the ships there to load it, it just loads automatically. But it doesn't work. I reckon it'll work for this patch, and then they'll break it in like 3.2.1. That's what's going to happen with it. Hey, Brewski.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
You're crook there, Brucey. It's kind of funny. My family's starting to have a gastro outbreak. The missus and my two oldest have gastro now. So I've been keeping well away from them. Not really a, you know, fucking famous last words, but when it comes to gastro, I manage to dodge it most of the time, but when I get it, it really fucks me up. Thing is that we're pretty much prepared for it. So, you know, all the electrolyte drinks and, you know, enough buckets. You know, we've got 2 toilets in the house, plenty of toilet paper. All that good stuff. Yeah. Oh shit, just gotta go AFK, guys. Oh man. Problem is I'd have to give work a call. I got a 5 AM start tomorrow, so I'd have to call them up now so that they could arrange a different driver if I did end up getting crook. Enough buckets, yeah. Gotta make sure, just in case, you never know.
Engine systems disabled.
Chugging Lucasade like it's water. Yeah. We've got because the kids don't normally like the taste of the electrolyte drinks that we got, so we've also got electrolyte icy poles for them. Stop using toilet paper. It's especially good when you end up with a virus and you know, sore throat and all that. We like sandpaper after a while, yeah. Now there's a place where I'm pretty sure that there's AI that I can loot for some weapons and proper armor. Wet wipes for the win.
Engine systems enabled. Launch complete.
There it is.
Contact. Contact.
What was I going to do? I was going to
Contact.
grab this one. Call to arms. There we go.
Contact. Hydrogen fuel. 75%.
Klingons.
Contact.
Oh man.
Contact. Contact.
Why is this cutlass dropping in and out? Pretty sure it's on the other side of this mountain. That's alright, Brewski. This is where it's at. Shit. Help if I actually aim. Oh, that's a hammerhead right there on the fucking ground. What the hell? You guys see the hammerhead?
Has been destroyed.
Alright. Right here. Is it the Ninetales one? It's hard death. Yeah, it's a Ninetales. Well, it looks like a Ninetales hammerhead. No, it's not. Just some of them floating around. I'm after some armor from these guys. Something's targeted me. Alright, I should be able to just... Oh wait, there's more. I'm gonna land... Well, not really land. I'm gonna position myself so I can tractor beam a couple of these bodies in. After I grab some armor, I'm going to go back to running more drugs, but I want to at least have some kit. I'm using a dual PC setup, so and yeah, I'm running that because I know what Star Citizen's like when it comes to performance. Of course I need a turn. So all the was it the GPU rendering for the stream is offloaded onto my streaming PC setup, and I'm running a was it AMD 5800 X3D GPU, a 3080 GPU. I'm getting my fucking terms mixed up. CPU's an AMD 5800 X3D. The GPU is a 3080. I've got 32 gigs of RAM and I'm running the game on an SSD. So yeah, it's like this PC can definitely handle Star Citizen, and it should theoretically be able to stream. It should be able to stream any other game without any sort of issue, like a single PC streaming setup. But the Star Citizen, being as buggy as it is, it is better if I just run it through a dual PC setup. Of course. Of course I can't see any bodies. They're all on this little fucking rise down there. Oh, I picked up something then. Yeah, there we go. Well, he's probably dropped his weapon. Yeah, of course he has. Sometimes if you fish around you might pick up a random weapon. Why won't my guy lean? I want to go fuck it, but you know, bugger it. Should be fine. Problem is that the weather effects don't impair the AI's ability to see me. I can't see shit. Yeah, they know I'm here. To my left. The other thing as well is that they'll sometimes put AI all the way out here. It's a ship. Where did his gun go? Of course you don't have your gun on you, do you? Just throw your pants on quick. Throw away this olive arm shit. Where the fuck are the rest of them? No P4 on that one. There are loot boxes around here too. This one's wigging out. Oh, he's alive. Where'd you throw your gun? There it is. All that fucking time and effort for just this one. One item. Just grab the fucking thing. There we go. Really? What? Alright, here we go. Let's throw this one off. Waiting for it to tell me that I got incapped. Alright, gonna loot this one guy, and then I'm gonna just go back to drug trading. I wonder what Raven's Roost is gonna be like. Where's Dark? Thanks for dropping in, man. Don't do anything dangerous though. You can always watch the stream again later. Oh, there's... It's cleared up. Alright, there's loot boxes around here, I know there is, and they'll have some... Might have some half-decent kit. All mine. That, and that. I don't need the rest. There's not a lootable box. It's a dead fucking Avenger. Character's going hypothermic. Alright. I'm gonna head over here. This is like a designated landing zone. Because I know that there'll be some... maybe dead out. This cutty is actually... not really, Blake. I'm looking for gear, just so I can actually have some on this character, and I'm too cheap to fucking buy any. We have to destroy the ship. Actually, I should just be able to transfer this into the ship. Yeah, can definitely transfer this into the ship. Oh boy, that's not disorientating. What? Oh no, we're spinning. We're spinning. What is going on here? Fucking... We're being thrown? What? Nah, I'm good. Good to go. I don't know how far it threw me though. Where the fuck is my ship? Where am I? Oh, 700 meters that way. Alright. Do I have atmosphere in here? Yes, I do. Alright, cool. So, the character's kind of recovering. I do want to swap out some of this kit that I got on. Flick that off. There you go on. Yeah, I'll leave the pants leg on. Oh, this. Throw that one there. I'll throw that one there. I don't need that. I don't need that, I don't need that, I don't need that. What I do need is that. Those two. I'm gonna swap the helmets around. Open this up. No, the rest is fine. Grab this kit. They lost their weapons. The weapons must have despawned. It's because of the turret. Oh god, this is where I find out I can't get out. Exit. Alright, the best that I can do here is just go back to my Nomad and destroy the ship. See if I can grab that heavy gear. Fucking, it threw me into another valley. What armor do I want? Oh, I'm just after heavy armor. I'm not really, bothered by the look of it. I just want to make sure that this guy's got heavy armor so that when I'm going into the drug labs and that, I'm at least kitted out enough to survive an encounter with someone else. Crouch walk. That's alright, Hex. This is part of the adventure. Plus, it's right there. Once I get back to my ship, I can blow that up quickly, pull the bodies in, strip them, grab the box that should have spawned, and start making my way to, have we got the necropolis? I haven't been to the necropolis yet. want to know how the ship got thrown though. Because essentially what's happened is like where my Nomad is, you know, parked next to the outpost. It's parked next to the ruined outpost, and somehow I've gone over this valley and landed, or over this, you know, saddle here between the mountain and between the two mountains, and landed in a valley there. And that was all because of fuck, this stupid wind. And that was all because of the ramp being down and causing physics collision issues. I'm surprised it didn't hard death, to be honest. Merc mission for Microtech security, do that and you'll have anywhere between 4 to 12 heavies, don't even have to leave your ship to pop them. Nice. He is always testing us, making sure we remain ever faithful. Survival estimate is 12 minutes. Should make it there in time. I'm just waiting for like a random AI to be out here, a random hostile one, and just fucking pop me. Hey look, it's Microtech. Is that Micro? No, that would be right, we were on Euterpe. That would be Clio, and that's Microtech all the way back there. That's the hammerhead. See, I'm one of those types of people that like to do the random side missions. Like whenever I did, you know, played Fallout, I'd always end up doing the side missions over the main mission. And I'd get angry when I'd encounter a point where I had to do the main mission. Or I'd eventually accidentally encountering a main mission plotline without knowing it. Hated that so much. Am I a completionist? It depends on the game. Most of the time, no. Though I did 100% Ghost Recon Wildlands. Well, that's one of the things that I've always liked about, you know, open world games is you can, you know, engage in your own little story arc. And that's why I like survival games a lot too, is because, you know, it's not that you're the main character, you're just another person trying to make your way in the world space, but, you know, if you get good at it, you'll do really well. Of course my ship's on the other side. Why wouldn't I park it next to the derelict that I wanted to bloody raid? Do I play Ark? I don't play it anymore, but I played the shit out of it when it came out. To be honest, I think it got too weird towards the end. Am I peaking as well? I've noticed a couple of times on my streaming PC that I'm raiding out. Sound like Hod from Ark? No, I'm not Hod. I'm familiar with this channel though. Sound is fine? Alright. No. No, I'm not HOD. Funnily enough, we've never actually encountered each other in Star Citizen either. But I did watch a couple of his, I've reacted to a few of his videos on stream.
Engine systems enabled. Launch complete.
It's around here somewhere. I think I'm gonna have to cut my losses if I can't see it. Yeah, this is the mountain that I climbed to get over here. I think they despawned it as soon as I left. You cannot see shit. Never even heard of that there, Blake. Maybe it was a bit further. Oh, it should do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Cutlass didn't go this far. I'm quite confident they despawned it. Because I should have also seen corpse markers too. Storm let up? Yeah, it did. Yeah, so that's the direction I came from. Oh, is that it there? It may have actually shifted further. No, I'll get more kit later. More taketh than giveth, yeah. He does that to all of us. Alright. Heading back to Microtech. Yeah, actually, yeah, it should be showing up on my radar too. I think it just would have been despawned. It was far away enough from the outpost for it to despawn. Maybe that's how CIG gets rid of the derelict NPC ships now. They just kick the wind up to bloody 11 blow the ships away, and once they're far away enough from the outpost, they despawn.
Quantum travel complete.
Yeah. That's alright. I got enough kit on me now. I can make do with what I got. Which reminds me, I've actually got Dollarvine on me now too.
Quantum travel.
Need to sell that off. Yeah, yeeted by the wind.
Quantum travel complete.
Same place on the planet where they don't despawn. Actually, that reminds me of a Reddit post. Somebody had posted a Reddit where they were out exploring in the Aaron Halo belt, and they came across like 20 derelict hammerheads, all in the same place. It was nuts. Like, they didn't have a mission or anything like that. They just found it randomly. Forgot to bloody add it to the reacts lineup. Ah, fuck. Sorry. I thought I got to the bloody mute button in time. Where are we? Alright, how's everybody's eardrums doing now? Or am I going to have to type that out for you to get an answer? Audio is good. Oh wait, I'm running NVIDIA broadcast. Did you guys hear me sneeze? It's possible that it still got through. No, not really. Okay. The reason why I ask is I actually sneeze very loud, and I was trying to mute voice meter, but I remembered that I'm running NVIDIA broadcast, so my mic goes through NVIDIA broadcast, then I pipe that through voice meter banana, and then from voice meter banana the output just goes to Gilded, Discord, TeamSpeak, whatever. Yeah, Blake, it's actually, I've noticed that too. I think it was like 2 updates ago for it. Kind of got worse. Do not want that. Don't want those. I'll move all those. Get myself out with some decent shit. That'll do. This is like the worst time to be doing this too. Sitting here, balls out. Taking it, nobody comes to buy a widow or waste, or a correction widow or ETAM here. I can't even buy that. Smooth. Oh man. Yeah. Well, Outpost 54 actually has more drugs at it. The Necropolis only had ETAM and Widow, which I always thought it had more. Isn't that supposed to be a weapon rack around here? No? Alright, I'll stop fucking around.
Engine systems enabled.
Not targeting alert. Either somebody is legit targeting me, and they're in stealth, and I'm not getting bubbles from them, because I'm finding that stealth is broken, and so is scanning, or it's just a bug.
Launch complete.
Only one way to know. Well, Blake, now you know there's 3 people doing it. Lucky that. I go to Raven's Roost after this one.
Landing gear retracted.
Really though, like if you wanted to, you know, get people who are running drugs or bloody, you know, running drugs or the salvaging missions, just camp the scrapyards. Just wait for them there.
Quantum travel engaged.
The thing is though, because it's the end destination, service scouting's a lot harder to pull off.
Quantum travel complete.
There's a Drake Vulture. Why is there a Drake Vulture here? It's still flying. It's fucking hooking it. I think somebody's crashed. Yep. Could be some salvage on here.
Missile locked.
Hopefully it bricks it and doesn't destroy it.
Friendly fire. Missile locked.
Ghosts? Possibly. Whoa, that's some hardcore desync happening right there. It must be slowing down because I am too.
Friendly fire.
190 meters away. How do I not return back to my pirate ways? It just despawned. Fucker. Alright. The reason why, Blake, I don't end up robbing people is because I've robbed thousands of players already. Plus the focus is on the pack rats when I do those streams and recruiting for them, so it's one of those situations where it's like kind of need to force myself to not revert back to doing piracy.
Quantum travel
like last week's pack rat stream, seeing 4 cargo haulers, and it's just like, it's too easy. There's too many. You could easily hit these guys. They're not even paying attention.
Quantum travel complete.
Man, I was really hoping that I could get that vulture, but I made that mistake. When I got closer, instead of trying to stick to it, I just kind of backed off too far.
Landing gear engaged.
I did not notice that cutlass there earlier. It would have been crazy if it was, it's not the AI one, but it would have been crazy if it was like the Ninetales cutlass somehow blew over this way.
Engine systems disabled.
Wait, something? No. Kind of. It's not a big deal though. Nice. Let me go over and check out this cutlass. It's definitely hard deathed. Was that stock? Nope. Size 3 Panther. I'm gonna get rid of my what's it called? Get rid of my badges. Change them out. I wonder if I can get to their missiles as well. I need to restock. No, they're gimbal 2s as default. And then you can put fixed 3s on it. So I'm going to position one down here. I'm just going to throw the other ones once I'm done. The other two, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put them on the roof of the terminal building so that I can maneuver the Nomad over that way. And then that way I can access the top turret. Then after that, position myself near the Cutlass and see if I can actually get to the position myself on the Cutlass so that I can see if I can get to the missiles on it, because I've used 6 of my 8 missiles, so I need to replace them. And there should be size 2s on this thing, which is what the Nomad has. I need to go inside the ship, unlock the item ports, pull the old weapons off, and the gimbals for them, then put the new stuff on. Restock in progress? What? We'll do the top ones first. These wins. I'm gonna have to turn the Nomad around. I didn't think this through. Alright, so that's that one on. Yeah, I should have faced the Nomad this way. I'll quickly do the nose one. Fucking one strong gimbal, Puck. Can I get to the other side? I might be able to from up here. Yep. Hey! Fuck off. Alright. I might actually be able to grab that. Grab the gun that I left up there. Oh, almost. I had it green and I didn't realize. I'm sure I can go third person mode. Kind of. Is this making it easier? Probably not. Yeah, there we go. So you can do it in third person mode. I didn't know that. You'll learn something new every day. Now the missiles on this one, I actually may be able to get up there on the via the front. That looks solid, right? Right. Solid enough. No, I'm gonna miss. Oh, made it. What are these? These are all size 1s. What the fuck? This must be a... Oh no, those are arrows. Those are Van Duel size 1s. They're IR missiles. This must be a player ship. If it was an AI one, I would have been able to pull the size 2s from it. I can't use these. Alright, well, that's it. So I have to find another ship to pull missiles off another time. Well, I've upgraded my weapons and didn't have to pay for it. This is where the ship explodes because of micro collisions that have been happening for the past 15 minutes while I've been putting these weapons on. Alright, all the ports are now locked again. We are good to go. Until I claim my ship, yeah. Until I claim the ship. Like, I have considered trying to do a zero to hero type, like, game scenario, but I don't feel like it would be a good thing for, like, to do in Stanton. I think Pyro would be the better system for a zero to hero. Especially when it first comes out, because everything is new. You don't know shit. You know enough about playing Star Citizen to be able to get you through most situations, but you don't know anything about the game environment in Pyro. You know, like in Stanton, trying to do a zero to hero, it's kind of like nothing, really. People are like, oh yeah, I can only use ships, you know, that are stolen. Or, you know, like I can't use my own ships or anything like that. Ghost Hollow. Go on there. Alright. Actually, I'm just going to do one run. I was going to go to Raven's Roost, but I can't remember exactly how to get there, and I'd need to look it up on YouTube again. And the problem is that I want to do one more run and then call it a night. And I don't want that run to be spent bloody trying to find Raven's Roost, finding it, and then being there for 5 minutes. Because the next time I go, like, when I go to Raven's Roost, I actually want to spend some time exploring it for a bit.
Quantum travel engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Alright, Doug, thanks for dropping in, man. Catch you later. I too have an early start, so yeah, it's one more run and then I'm off.
Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged.
I don't think I can access all the components on the Nomad. So I couldn't pull upgrades from other ships if I wanted to. I have to look into it.
Quantum travel complete.
Two Rapinets on the top turret. The two guns that pretty much extend out, and you'll get blinded by the muzzle flash while you're firing them, just like a buccaneer.
Hydrogen fuel 50%.
Yeah, I like the buck too. Unfortunately, it's just CIG just punished it, made it shit. Like, I loved the audio that the buck had when it first came out. Like, it just sounded like the type of ship that you wouldn't want to fuck with. And then they made more audio parts on it because reasons, and then yeah, they just made it they balanced it in a way that it just ended up being shit.
Landing gear engaged.
Like its two big engines for forward acceleration apparently don't matter at all.
Engine systems disabled.
Oh, I've maxed out. I've maxed out. Alright. Still think the Cuddy has the best engine here. Fly them so often, I kind of just drowned out the audio for it. Those are components, although I don't think I can access them. I don't know, there's more components than that on this ship.
Engine systems enabled. Launch complete.
I keep doing drug running. I'm going to have to upgrade from the Nomad. I think what I'll do is I'll rent out a Cutlass and use that for drug running next. So if I'm maxing out on what I've got here on the Nomad, and I still had a little bit of credits left, I could have bought some Neon. No, I bought, yeah, it was Widow ETAM that I'm running right now. I could have bought some Neon. Wouldn't have been much, but you know, a little bit extra always helps.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Landing gear retracted. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Don't tell me you get to go here when it's fucking daylight. No, I just realised I should have been picking up something from Bud's Growery to take back to the stash houses.
Quantum travel complete.
Revenant tree pollen that they buy. What's my daily driver? Cutlass Blue. Cutlass Blue is my daily driver. Without a doubt. Thing is like, I don't really do a lot of other activities outside of piracy. Like, early on, when, you know, targets were fewer and far between, sometimes I'd dabble in a bit of hauling or a bit of mining just to make the extra credits, because piracy just didn't pay. You know, as the viability of piracy increased, I just started doing less of the other loops. More or less did them to understand how they worked, and that was it. So the majority of the ships that I use are all orientated towards piracy operations. And since doing these streams, like, you know, the Pack Rats and the Cartel stream, I'm putting myself in a position where I have to do other, you know, use other ships, do other loops. Which I don't mind. Like, you know, this is a bit of a break from piracy, really, for me. I've pirated lots and lots and lots and lots of players. Wind is picking up again. Nice. Almost doubled my money. 3 drug runs, and I probably could have fit more in if I hadn't messed around with that, you know, that site nearby and the grabbing those guns. Well, it makes you a more rounded out player there, Blake. And that's the thing, is like, because Star Citizen doesn't have, you know, professions that you're locked into, if you want to succeed, you know, you do need to have some level of familiarity with other professions. At least combat. You know, like, you do have to be able to, you do need to be somewhat capable of fighting. Because if you're not, then, you know, you're just going to get bloody smashed by anybody that does.
Engine systems enabled.
There's a player body over there.
Launch complete.
Or a body over there. Tell me the cause of death.
Landing gear retracted.
What the hell? Why is my ship... Yeah, my ship's being moved. It's either phantom input or it's this stupid wind. The craziest thing is like I'm using my space brake that should be stopping me from moving, but it's not. Oh, fuck it. Let's go! Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump out into... Actually no, I'm going to go to Tressler. There's no reason to bed log in space at the moment. I don't have a crime stat.
Quantum travel engaged.
Even space brake won't hold you in a strong wind. It should. The IFCS is supposed to compensate for that. So when you engage space brake, what it's supposed to do is hold you in the position that you want to be held in. So if you hold your space brake down and you're in high winds, the thrusters should be compensating that so that you stay in the position that you've engaged space brake with. But, you know, Star Citizen.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
VTOL is supposed to help with keeping you stationary, which I remembered just then, but yeah, I know what you mean. It's just another one of those things, and because we're supposed to be getting master mode soon, CIG's not going to work on fixes for it.
Hello, and thank you for contacting EDL Landing Assist.
How soon are master modes coming? Well, I'm pretty confident that they're going to be here before server meshing. But your guess is as good as mine. I know in the ETF build that CIG, if you read the leaks, CIG's been giving ETF access to it to test in Arena Commander. But that's all I can say without risking my own ETF status. Pretty much, if you go to Star Citizen Leaks or whatever the fuck they call themselves now, Pipeline or some shit, if you go to them, they've got the information there.
Landing complete.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
This is bugged. That's alright.
Engine systems disabled.
Right, I'm going to pull the gear out of this ship and then I'm going to call it a night. And am I going to need anything else? Actually, I should put those on there, that there, and that. Those two there. Really, that should be about it. Actually, I'll put those there. Extra ammo, the drinks, an extra tractor beam attachment. And that's what I'm going to be carrying on me. Don't know why, but I feel like if I don't have one of these, for whatever reason, I'm gonna end up needing one. Alright, cool. That's that done. That's the power plant. That looks like a quantum drive. Could be a cooler as well. But I don't think we can access any of the other components here, can we? Like, that's supposed to be a toilet, right? Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna switch over here for this now, because I'm just going to be running back to the ASOP terminal. That's pretty much it for tonight's stream. Just a chilled out stream, doing something a little bit different, just drug running. I wanted to do it last week, but I ended up just box moving for Mongrel Squad guys. This week I kind of just decided to go solo, pull my cartel main out of prison, put another alt in prison, transfer the Mer-X across so that I could actually do stuff on this one. But yeah, my next stream is going to be tomorrow night. It's going to be a pack rat stream starting at 8:30 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time, GMT plus 10, pretty much the same time as this. And well, the last goal was to earn credits so that I could bloody hand them over to Silent so he could purchase a staff rep. It sounds like that's already happened. So what I may end up doing is may end up doing a bit of bunker diving and pretty much grinding out weapons for the cartel to sell. So one of the things that the pack rats do is they supply the cartel with weapons for the cartel to sell. And yeah, it's been a while since I've been bunker diving for kit. It'll be interesting to set up and be a bit different, a bit more action orientated for what the pack rats do. We've got pack rats already have staff areas now. That's good to know. Let's exit out of that. So yeah, tomorrow's stream probably be doing bunker diving, going after seeing what exotic weapons I can loot. Railguns, grenade launchers, FS9s, P6s. Those are the main ones that I'll be trying to target. The purpose of selling them to the cartel so the cartel can sell them to the rest of the Mongrel Corps. But yeah, if you are interested in joining the Mer-X Cartel, the Mer-X Cartel is recruiting. The details for it are in the description of this live stream here. They do more than just, you know, what I was doing tonight, which was drug running, and in previous streams, box moving. They do actually do merit brokering, smuggling gems and tiger claws into prison to convert into merits so that they can sell them is another activity they do. And they also engage the gun trade as well, so selling weapons that you can't buy from the shops to players. And they obviously buy them from the pack rats. So yeah, what I'm planning on doing is tomorrow night I'm going to do the pack rat side of things, where I go out grinding weapons. And then next week's cartel stream, I'll switch to the cartel side of things, and I'll see who I can sell weapons to in game. Normally the cartel only sells to people in the Mongrel Corps, but I'm going to take a bit of initiative here and see if I can sell to players in different servers and see what happens. But yeah, that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'll remember it. If not, then I'll think of it again later. It's a brand new idea and go, yeah, I'll do that. But that is it for me for tonight. Thank you everybody for coming along, and I'll catch us all tomorrow.